Two deputies recovering after being stabbed in the Sebastian County jail earlier today. Thank you for joining us. I'm Morgan Wrigley. Darren has the night off. Now here's what we know tonight. The first call came in just before 3 this afternoon. Two deputies had to be rushed to the hospital. We're told one deputy was stabbed in the arm and shoulder. The other was stabbed in the torso and suffered more extensive injuries. 5 News reporter Parker Abels is at the Sebastian County jail tonight, where we're getting an update on how the two are doing.
Morgan, we just got an update from the sheriff's office. The deputies who have not been identified yet are currently recovering. One got treated and released from the ER. The other underwent surgery this evening and is currently stable in the intensive care unit. The sheriff's office tells us they were stabbed with a shank by this man, John Anthony Cole. He was already serving a murder sentence in Arizona and is now here in Sebastian County awaiting another trial for first-degree murder by firearm of Jeremiah Tell Hawthorne here in Fort Smith back in 2021. Cole is still in jail here this afternoon, and right now the sheriff's office is still working to figure out what all happened.
CID, our investigators, are currently right now working on the matter to piece together the information and to find out what happened and any appropriate charges from there as well.
We will continue to keep you updated as this story develops. In Sebastian County, covering news where you live, Parker Abels, 5 News.
Thank you, Parker. And just some more information on those previous cases he mentioned. According to court documents, Cole reportedly admitted to having shot Hawthorne in Fort Smith out of fear that he would tell police about Cole's alleged drug dealing. Cole was also convicted for the murder of a man named Antone Smith in Arizona. He was later arrested near the Arizona-California border. Smith's remains were found in the trunk. He was sentenced to 31 years for that case. We'll keep you updated on the deputy's condition and the investigation as we continue to get new information on this. You can watch for updates tomorrow morning and on the 5 News mobile app. You can download that app for free on both Apple and Android. And tonight we're learning 3 teens in Benton County accused of raping 2 victims will now be charged as adults. 16-year-old Landon Ryan, 14-year-old Elijah Jurgen, and 14-year-old Bryson McLaughlin are facing felony charges for the alleged rape of 2 victims on April 22nd and April 27th. The affidavits from Bella Vista Police and Gravette Police say the boys recorded and shared videos of both alleged rapes. Benton County Prosecutor Brian Sexton says despite all their efforts to seize all the evidence, once videos are on the internet, they're difficult to erase. Sexton says that evidence influenced the severity of the charges, and he urges underage kids to think twice before sharing damaging videos.
Just because you think it is amusing to pass on these type of materials to somebody else, that may make you subject to a criminal penalty. And considering the damage that it does to our victims and considering the damage that it does to our families, this is going to be something that we will be willing to prosecute to the fullest extent of the law.
Sexton urges anyone with additional information or concerns that there may be more victims to come forward to the prosecutor's office or to local law enforcement. Well, we're also learning tonight that the body of a missing kayaker has been found in the Mulberry River. According to Arkansas Game and Fish, 57-year-old Hector Rios of Wichita, Kansas, was found north of Mill Creek in Franklin County. A search had been underway by the Franklin County Search and Rescue Team in that area after Rios went missing on Saturday afternoon.
Temperatures are cooling off quickly this evening under a mostly clear sky. We're going to be dropping into the upper 40s in northwest Arkansas, low 50s in the River Valley. May want a light jacket out that front door come tomorrow morning. Overall, a pretty decent day. We will have clouds build in early in the morning. We'll see partly to mostly cloudy skies throughout the course of the day. Should hold off those rain chances until Sunday. I'm afraid I'm going to have to bump those up for you just a tad. Still, though, looking at a pretty decent Saturday. Sunday's not going to be bad, I'll tell you that. Temperatures are going to be nice and comfortable, both northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Highs likely in the mid to upper 70s out there. Tracking a few things for you over the next couple of days. Overall, a really nice weekend. No question about that. Sunday's rain chances with some of our newest data that's just come in over the last hour suggests maybe we might have just a few more of those showers. We'll help you weatherproof your plans for those. Warming things up next week. We're tracking 90s back in the 10-day forecast. That's all going to be followed by a more stormy, active weather pattern, the latest in just a few.
Thanks, Scott. It was a huge day at Ebbing Air National Guard Base today as the 85th Fighter Group celebrates a big milestone. The Fighter Group achieved initial operational capability. That means they're able to fly and produce graduates. This is all part of the Foreign Military Sales Program, the beginning of a decades-long mission to train U.S. allies and their pilots, something that's becoming more and more critical on a global scale.
Poland is located and neighboring the threat, which is the Russian Federation. So that jet standing in our background is a significant tool to conquer that threat. And the graduation was a very significant achievement and also a historical date for us.
Finnish and German pilots are expected to come to Fort Smith next as part of this decades-long mission. Well, money student athletes earn from their name, image, and likeness is now exempt from state taxes in Arkansas. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders signed the bill last month, amending the state Student Athlete Publicity Rights Act. Bill sponsor Bart Hester says the tax break only applies to payments made directly by universities. The new law also exempts those payments from disclosure under the Freedom of Information Act. Hester says this new law helps make Arkansas a more competitive option for recruits who are choosing where to play.
This bill is all about competition and doing our best to make sure that Arkansas athletes, people that choose to come educate and be part of our system, have the best opportunity to be successful. So if someone goes out to the local car dealership and gets $1 million deal, that is certainly they're responsible to pay income taxes on that. But what they receive from the university will not.
Although signed in April, the law retroactively took effect in January. Well, Walton-backed real estate development group Blue Crane released a first look today at the new hotel planned for downtown Springdale. Hotel Sundry is expected to be a 5-story, 124-room hotel under the Tapestry Collection by Hilton. The new building is set to go in along East Emma Avenue, and crews are expected to break ground later this month. You can read more about this on our website, 5newsonline.com. And if you didn't know, the president's own United States Marine Band is coming to town. Today, representatives from D.C. were at the Don Tyson School of Innovation for a planning session. Founded in 1798 by an act of Congress, the Marine Band is America's oldest continuously active professional musical organization.
They are the group that you look to when you're trying to tell your students in band in your schools what example to look for to sound like. The Marine Band comes to mind first for me and most band directors and most musicians. They are the finest group I think on the planet.
And they're not coming to town until next fall, but ticket information will be released sometime this summer. Well, the U.S. and China are preparing to kick off trade talks in Switzerland this week. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent arrived in Geneva today ahead of high-stakes trade talks with Chinese officials. President Trump hinted on social media that he's open to lowering tariffs on Chinese imports from 145% to 80% if Bessent sees fit. But White House officials cautioned change depends on the outcome of the talks.
It's not going to unilaterally bring down tariffs on China. We need to see concessions from them as well. And again, that's part of the reason that Secretary Bessent is going to talk to his Chinese counterparts this weekend.
In addition to trade talks with China, the White House says it's in negotiations with close to 24 other trade partners. Well, Pope Leo XIV got right to work at the Vatican celebrating Mass the day after he was elected as the 267th leader of the Roman Catholic Church. Erica Brown is in D.C. tonight as excitement keeps building for the first pope from the U.S.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
On his first full day as Pope, Leo XIV celebrated Mass and spoke of the great responsibility he bears as leader of the Roman Catholic Church.
You have called me to carry that cross and to be blessed with that mission. And I know I can rely on each and every one of you to walk with me as we continue as a church as a community of friends of Jesus, as believers.
On Saturday, the newly elected Pope is set to meet formally with the cardinals who elected him during this week's two-day conclave at the Vatican, and he will deliver his first Sunday noon blessing from the main balcony of St. Peter's Basilica. At the White House Friday, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt expressed President Trump's sentiments about the new Pope.
He is very proud to have an American Pope, but it's a great thing for the United States of America and for the world, and we are praying for him.
New York Cardinal Timothy Dolan said Pope Leo's work could promote unity on a global scale.
It should not startle us that we would look to Pope Leo as a bridge builder. That's what the Latin word pontiff means. He's a bridge builder.
The papal inauguration is scheduled for May 18th. Pope Leo will preside over his first general audience a few days later. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.